is a spirit of love. When we're going through tough time, when your brother and sister offend you, do you still show love? When we're going through the difficult time, when things feel sad, can we find joy? Can we find peace? Can we find forbearance that we're able to stand through and that we're not moved due to conditional circumstances? Or we're unconditionally plugged and rooted and built up in Christ? Do we still show kindness? Do we still act out the goodness of God? Can we still stand resilient forbearance in the midst of the storms that comes to our lives or comes to our lives? When God continues to bless us, can we be humble? And above all, when the storms of life comes at us, do we still stand firm, walk in with self-control? Again, if you're spinning in circles, what do you check? You check your anchor. And if you're drifting everywhere, you check your purpose. You check your purpose. Today, God is calling us to stop misdiagnosing, taking on habits, complaining, conditional statements, and conditional living in the spiritual life. Just as Paul called the Colossian church out of spiritual conditionality to plug in their lifeline into the source. Because when we're plugged into the source, when you're rooted in Christ, when you're built up in Christ, when you're built up you stand firm. And we keep growing because your life does not get stunted. So what I'm going to ask you today, what are the problems in your life that you've been trying to fix? While you're trying to do that on your own, God is inviting you to look through His lenses to fix it rather than us trying to diagnose it. What are those areas? Where have you been thankful, but your thanksgiving was misdirected? When I got the Amazon package, I was happy. I was excited that it came in. But I was excited and thankful for the wrong thing, because what I needed all along was not this. It was the power source. What have you misdiagnosed in your life? What are you giving thanks to that does not serve God's purpose, but your own personal purpose because you misdiagnosed? What is that area in your life? What's currently powering your peace? Is it circumstances? Where you are? The outcome? Or is it anchored in Christ Himself? If the power source were removed, would you still be thankful to God? And when pressure shows up in your life, what comes out first? Is it thankfulness or frustration? Because what shows up first shows what you're rooted in, and what your root looks like, and what you're building. I'm going to ask you to think through that. Somebody, God is calling us to anchor ourselves in Him as our source of hope, as our source of strength, as our diagnostic tool to align ourselves within the will of God, to see something better happen in our lives.